Hello there folks, Skull140 back here today to do not one of the Transformers / auto assembly themed reviews that I said I was going to do in the coming weeks, because as you already know, and if you haven't already been paying attention, auto assembly is drawing very close. We're still in June, but it will be July soon, and depending on when you're watching this, it won't really matter, but it will be July soon, and that's pretty much when everyone's already getting ready and prepared for the coming event in August. So, other than that, I'm here today to do a vlog / ramble. I don't really know if you can call it a vlog or a rambling video, but I'm just going to call it a vlog / ramble because that's what it is. And I just want to talk about some stuff that I've been doing. So, what have I been doing? What's been going on in my life that you can consider interesting or worth talking about? Well, I haven't been doing any videos in about a week or so, because the last videos that I did were regarding the look of the 86 movie characters. I will go back to that after AA, but this week and the weeks before that, or the week before that, I have been still, and if anybody knows me well enough will already know this, been trying to still find the form of a paid job, and it's been difficult, if that can be the really right word to describe what I've been doing, because you'd be so surprised at how many people are unemployed in this day and age, because the economy is in a sort of, not collapse, I don't know if you can call it a collapse, but it is struggling indefinitely to really have any people employed at all. So what I've been doing, luckily enough, I was able to land a job interview with CityLink, and if you don't know who CityLink are, CityLink are a postal sorting, a parcel sorting service, and I was able enough to get an interview with them this month. So hopefully, if they get back to me, then if I'm able to work for them as a paid job, I don't know. I'm saying a lot. I should stop doing that, but yeah, I was lucky enough to land an interview with them, so that's one thing out of the way. And it has been so difficult for me to really try and find a job, because this year has been, well, this year and the year before that, last year was just me trying to find a job, and I was lucky enough to get a work experience during that year. This year I'm doing volunteering, so that's one thing. That's one reason for me to get out of bed in the morning on a Tuesday. But yeah, this year has been kind of difficult for not just me, but a lot of people. I can imagine that since certain places have been going out of business and places had to be moved somewhere else, that it's been so hard for a lot of people to try and find a job. And I can understand that, but it's just been difficult for me though, because since I left college in 2009, I've been trying to find a paid job and been very unsuccessful. And the thing is as well, I've noticed this, but the age of handing in CVs to places has kind of really died now, because nowadays with jobs being applied for online, who hands in CVs anymore? Because they very rarely get looked at. They always get there's a slight chance that one of them might get mixed up with waste paper. So it's, or any paper, depending on who you're applying for. But really, that's just kind of really where it is at the moment. So that's one reason. Applying for jobs now seems more the way to go than just going into a place on a very regular basis and handing in CVs, which is what I always did ages ago, and what I used to do, but I kind of really stopped doing that, because in this day and age it's much more easier to apply online, and then that way your application form will get noticed. So that's one thing I've been doing. It has been hard. Believe me, it has been hard. So I don't think I haven't been doing anything this last week, as I've not been making any videos. I've been trying to find work, so that's one of the main reasons why I don't come on here that much. Is if I'm not making videos, I'm doing something else, and if I'm not doing anything else, I'm trying to find a job. So there you go. That's one of the main reasons why I haven't been on here as much. And what else has been happening? One of the main reasons why, and this has been the most talked about thing quite recently for a lot of different reasons. And for so many reasons I like it, because it's, what's the word? It has really changed the way that I thought about this, because when I first saw it, I was very underwhelmed by it, but having seen it, I was like, this is really incredible. And I'm talking, of course, about the video game The Last of Us. And I will not go into too much depth about this game. I will save talking about this when I do a review on it somewhere down the line in a few years from now. Maybe this year, you never know. But this game, I had low expectations for. I really didn't think I was going to like it, because when I first saw the trailer, I just thought it was just going to be nothing more than a cliché, poorly assembled zombie game again. But this game really is not about zombies, thankfully. And the thing is, I don't like zombies at all. It's the only genre of horror aside from slasher films which really lack a core mythology that gives you something to really look back on and really have some sort of connection with. This manages to really be a part of the Outbreak genre as well as the Wasteland genre, which isn't really a part of horror, but it's more or less about how you struggle and survive when the world that you lived in is turned completely chaotic. And that's just so interesting to look into, and especially when you see the events that go through this game, when pretty much most of humanity has been torn apart thanks to this outbreak that has happened, and the world that is being lived in this game is told through the eyes of these two characters, both Ellie and Joel. And Joel, I was a little bit I'm interested by, because Joel being voiced by, I think it's Troy Baker who plays him. I didn't like it first originally because he was originally part of the, Funimation, and Funimation I don't like at all. I won't go into too much depth about it, but I have my own personal dig at Funimation regarding how they do anime. But that's for another day, of course. But Troy Baker, yes, he really is showing a great deal of talent, and he showed a great deal of talent in video games like BioShock. That really, I think, got him a much more notice than some of the things that he's been in over the years. But let's see, with The Last of Us, seeing him, and I think it's Ashley Johnson who plays Ellie, those two have a lot of chemistry between each other, and just seeing these two play these two characters, and seeing how they interact with one another and go through this chaotic world and struggle and survive against what is being headed at them in so many different directions. It's so interesting to see these two characters being broken down and having to just struggle and survive when, having seen Joel, having seen what has been taken away from him, and struggle to cope with what he has lost. And with Ellie, who has been tasked with this responsibility that she has been given, and seeing those events conspire between these two characters really is so interesting to see. Not only that, though, as well, I like this game because this game, more than any that I think was that I've played recently, and this is the one game that I was having seen more of at E3 this year, this game really has become the beginning of the eventual conclusion, as well as the meeting point between video games and movies. Because you have noticed recently that video games are trying to become more like movies. I think companies like Quantic Dream have done a very good job with that, with things like Heavy Rain, and even Indigo Prophecy, as well as that was showcased this year at E3. Beyond Two Souls, which I'm looking really forward to, really marks the second turn for that in the meeting point between video games and movies. This really falls into that whole gap a little bit, and it does such a good job with that, and the way that the characters act, the way that they sound, the way that they behave is more like professional actors and actresses. So it's gorgeous how that's done. So The Last of Us, I was quite blown away by, and with Naughty Dog's reputation, I know that Naughty Dog are known for doing Uncharted and Jak and Daxter, so they have their own little legacy of games that have not only been well written, but have been well acted. Uncharted being the one that I think really has kind of started, it has really given this meeting point a big Kickstarter, I think. And with this, I was a little bit skeptical about it, but you know what? I love being disappointed sometimes, because when you are really hyped up about something one minute, you are blown away by it the next, and that's amazing to see how that's done. So, Last of Us, I thoroughly enjoyed, and anybody who's already played this game will have different opinions on it, and anyone who's never played it before, I would recommend it. There is some replay value to this game, if you want to collect the bonus stuff that you find throughout the game, but really, Last of Us really is worth the money. So, with that being said, Last of Us, really good game. What else has been going on? Now, this is the part of the video that I actually want to showcase something that I've been doing quite recently, because this is something that I didn't think I would ever see or get involved in ever again, which is Dungeons and Dragons. If anyone who has played this game already knows how exciting it is, and how it ends up turning off a lot of certain people of both genders, and this is something that I didn't think I would ever get involved in again. Now I am involved in it again, and I really am enjoying it. And I'm talking, of course, about the new web series that I am part of on a Wednesdays called Critical Botch, and I'm a part of it, and a few other people are part of it. It's being hosted by my good friend Joe Convoy, otherwise known as his YouTube name is Autobot420, and he hosts the show of Critical Botch, and at the moment we are up to 2 episodes now. We are going to be on to the 3rd this week, depending on when you're watching this. But every Wednesday a new episode will come out, and it will push the game of what we're doing a little bit further forward. And the one thing as well, if you are a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, this is one series that is really worth checking out. Because here's the thing, I'm not an experienced D&D player. I played D&D back in secondary school, and that was a decade ago. And I kind of really moved away from that and moved on to other things. But playing it again and being involved in it again, it's a lot of fun. It really is a fun game to really get involved in. So, what I would like you to do, if you are interested in it, of course, don't do what I'm telling you to do. Don't just subscribe to this channel because I'm telling you to. You should, first things first, go on the channel, Autobot420 channel. It's in the link. The link is in the description box below. Go on the channel, watch the first 2 episodes that he has put on now. The first 2 episodes of Critical Botch now. If you are a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, or if you are just getting into it at the moment, and if you like it, watch the episodes and then subscribe to the channel, because then you'll get more. You'll get more episodes as the weeks go by on a Wednesday. Another thing as well is, he mentioned this in his video, in the video, comments and suggestions, as well as critiques, are welcome to these things, because if there is a way to make the show better, you should, comment on the videos and then offer some ideas and suggestions to help make the videos better, or offer something different to the show, because, help and criticism, as long as it's constructive, is welcome to these sorts of things. So, yes, Autobot420, check out his channel. Before you subscribe, watch the videos. If you like them, then subscribe. Another thing as well, if you want to make sure you want to know how to reach these videos much more easily, is if you can check out the website Geekworldorder where the show is being held, where the show is being hosted, advertised frequently quite there. But keeping in mind that the show is being played quite frequently on Google Hangouts, so this is a live video streaming show that is being hosted, and that show will be featured quite regularly on that site. So, of course, if you have Facebook, if you have Twitter, if you have any form of internet social communication, be sure to check out that site, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, check out the Twitter page, the Facebook page, the Tumblr page, any of those, and that way you'll be able to watch Critical Botch from there. So yes, the link to the website will be in the description box below. You'll find the rest of the links to the websites that's part of on there, and that way you'll be able to watch Critical Botch and any of the other shows that are on that site. So yes, check out the Critical Botch on Wednesdays. The 3rd episode will be on today, depending on when you're watching this. So that's one thing to look forward to. So Critical Botch, there you go. Now, what else can I talk about? Auto Assembly, yes, because we are drawing very, very, very close. We are in June still, but we will be in July at some point. So that will pretty much mean that the event that is happening in August will draw very close to us. And if you haven't already booked, if you have booked, then you'll already be excited to go. I've already booked. So, and the thing about me is, I kind of really fucked up a little bit, and I booked a little bit too late, and I missed out the chance to stay in the Hilton, which is where Order Assembly is being held on Friday. So I have to stay in another hotel just on Friday. On Saturday I can stay in the Hilton, but I kind of fucked up on the offer a little bit, so that kind of really ruined my chances a little bit. Nonetheless, I still stay in the Hilton on Saturday. But keeping in mind though, the hotel though is from what I can gather, completely booked. So you might have missed your chance. Might have, you don't know. But if you haven't, if you're interested in going, and if you're interested in being part of the meetup of the year, if you are a Transformers fan or whatever, go to the website, which is in the description box below. The booking is all there. You need to look on all that stuff. If you're interested in going, book your tickets now before they sell like hotcakes. I don't like that saying. I've never liked that saying, but goes like hotcakes. It's fucking stupid. The more you say that the more you say that saying, the more old it starts to get. I'm pretty sure people have that saying is such an old saying now. I don't know who invented that. So I've edited that saying. If anybody knows that saying or who invented it, let me know, because that's an interesting saying. But I don't like it though. It's used way too much. Salt like buttermilk, I think would probably be a much better saying. But then again, it's less impactable than salt and hotcakes. Less memorable too. So yes, Auto Assembly, if you haven't already booked, you should book now. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going. I will probably talk about Auto Assembly more as we draw closer to August throughout most of July, because I will get back into the high horse of reviewing more stuff to get back into the mood for Auto Assembly, just to keep things going. So yeah, that pretty much brings the end to what I've been doing at this moment. I have been busy. I will always be busy trying to find a job. If CityLink do phone me back, and I really hope they do, then I might be successful with them. If not, then I can add that to many different places that I've applied for and been very unsuccessful. So that just at least shows that I've been trying, and I've been unsuccessful with the people that have got back to me. So what else can I say to just wrap this up? Other than that, there's really nothing else I can say except Last of Us is a great game. Being sure to check out Critical Botch. And book for Auto Assembly. That's really all I can say in this vlog/rambling video. So until then, I will get back to reviewing next week. Next week or the week after. Depends on what I've got left to review, because I'm kind of running out of stuff. Even though I'm not a collector anymore, it's kind of really impossible to really try and find more stuff to review when you've kind of really reviewed everything that you've got in display. So anyway, yes, this has been this vlog/ramble. I'm Skulldugger. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. See you all soon.